Greetings, dear friends. Please, come in. Sit comfortably. Let your breath slow down. You are safe here. You are welcome here. This moment, just as it is enough. And you, just as you are enough. Today, I would like to share with you something very simple, and yet something that has changed my life and the lives of countless others. It is the path of Buddhism. But more importantly, it is a way of living, a way of seeing, and a way of being. A way that invites peace into the heart and stillness into the mind. A way that brings us home to ourselves. You see, Buddhism is often misunderstood as complex philosophy, as rituals, as robes or statues. But at its core, Buddhism is simply about understanding the nature of life and of suffering, and discovering a path that leads beyond it. It's a mirror that reflects the truth of how things are. And it's a gentle hand guiding us toward freedom, not somewhere else, but right here, right now. Let us begin not with definitions, but with the breath. Can you feel your breath right now? Just once inhale and exhale. That is the beginning of Buddhist practice. To be aware, to be here. Not in the past, not in the future, but now. Fully now. When Siddhartha Gautama, the man we now call the Buddha, was a young prince, he lived in great comfort. He was shielded from sickness, aging, and death. But one day, as he stepped outside his palace, he saw a sick man, an old man, a corpse and a holy man. And in that moment, he woke up not to enlightenment yet, but to the truth of suffering. He asked himself, is there no escape from this pain that touches all beings? And so, he left everything behind: his wealth, his title, his family, to seek the truth. Not out of rejection, but out of love. Because he saw that unless he could understand the root of suffering, he could not live in peace, and he could not help others either. After years of intense practice, deep meditation, and nearly starving himself, he realized the truth not through extremes, but through balance. He sat beneath a Bodhi tree and resolved, I will not rise until I awaken. And there, through stillness and clarity, he became the Buddha, the awakened one. And what did he awaken to? He saw that all beings suffer, that suffering arises because of our attachments, our cravings, our clinging to what changes. But he also saw that there is a path that leads to the end of suffering. This, dear friends, is the heart of Buddhism, the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. But don't worry, I am not here to give you a lecture or a textbook. I am here to speak with you, soul to soul, heart to heart, in a way that is easy like water flowing down a stream. Let me share a story with you. Long ago, there was a woman named Kisa Gotami. She had a child she loved dearly. But one day the child died, and her world collapsed. In her grief, she ran from person to person, begging them to bring her child back to life. Finally, someone pointed her to the Buddha. She went to him, weeping, and asked if he could revive her child. The Buddha, with great compassion, said, yes. But first, bring me a single mustard seed from a household that has never known death. Hopeful, she went door to door. But every home she visited had lost someone, a parent, a child, a friend. Every house had its sorrow. And in time she understood. Her pain was deep, yes, but it was not hers alone. Suffering touches us all. And in that realization, something shifted. She stopped clinging to what was gone, and started walking the path of understanding. You see, my friends, Buddhism teaches not that we should avoid grief or pretend suffering isn't real, but that by seeing it clearly, and with awareness, we can transcend it. We don't drown in the river of pain. We learn to cross it. Now, let us come back to something very simple. The breath, this is our home. Every time you breathe in mindfully, you are touching life. You are anchoring yourself in the present. And the present, my friends, is the only place peace can grow. Many of you have busy lives. There are bills, families, dreams, and regrets. I do not ask you to abandon these. I only ask that you bring awareness to them. When you eat, know that you are eating. When you walk, know that you are walking. When you speak, know the words you choose. When you feel pain, know that it is there, do not run from it. Hold it gently, the Buddha said. Holding onto anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Isn't that true? Let us speak plainly. We all want happiness. But most of us look in the wrong places. We chase pleasure, possessions, praise. And while these things bring momentary joy, they do not last. And when they fade, we suffer. Why? Because we cling. Buddhism invites us to let go not of life, but of our tight grip on how we want things to be. There's a parable of a man who was being chased by a tiger. Running, he fell off a cliff, but grabbed a vine. Below him, another tiger waited. And then, he saw two mice nibbling at the vine, but beside him grew a wild strawberry. He plucked it and ate it. How sweet it tasted! That is the way of mindfulness. Even in the midst of danger, if we are fully present, we can taste the strawberry. So, my friends, I ask you, what strawberries are growing in your life right now? What beauty have you been too busy to notice? Let me tell you a little secret. The goal of Buddhism is not to become a monk. It is not to live in a cave or shave your head. The goal is to wake up. Whether you are a parent, a teacher, a bus driver, a farmer, it does not matter. Enlightenment is not reserved for the few. It is for those who are present. And you can be present right now. The Eightfold Path. The Buddha taught is not a ladder to climb, but a circle to walk. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These are not commandments, they are invitations. Invitations to live with wisdom, compassion, and clarity. Every step you take with awareness is a sacred step. Every word you speak with kindness is a gift. Every moment you spend in silence is a return to your true home. One of my favorite teachings is this: peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. We spend so much time chasing peace out there, in people, in jobs, in status. But true peace was always inside, like a quiet lake beneath the surface of our thoughts. When your mind is noisy, return to the breath. When your heart aches, place your hand gently on your chest and say, I see you. I'm here for you. When you feel lost, remember this: you are not alone. All beings are walking this path. And every small act of mindfulness brings light to the world. Let me leave you with one more story. There once was a monk who was asked, what do you do in your monastery? He replied, we eat, we walk, we wash the dishes. The man was confused. But we do that too. What's so special about your monastery? The monk smiled and said, yes, but when we eat, we eat. When we walk, we walk. When we wash the dishes, we wash the dishes. This is the difference, dear friends. Not in what we do, but in how we do it. In presence. In awareness. In love. And so, as you go back to your lives, your homes, your jobs, your relationships, I invite you not to escape them, but to meet them fully. To be mindful. To breathe. To listen. To love. That is Buddhism. Not something to worship, but something to live. A simple path. A profound journey. If this sharing has touched your heart, if even one seed of mindfulness has been planted today, then I am deeply grateful. And if you wish to continue walking this path with us, to grow in wisdom, peace, and presence together, I humbly invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Buddha's Wisdom. There, you will find many more teachings, stories, and moments of mindfulness like quiet lanterns lighting your way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free. Breathe. And smile. You are home.